Hello everybody and welcome to example 3. We are looking at the bottom of page 28 in the workbook here. Let's read this question together. So a store selling San Francisco Giants t-shirts gathers the data shown in the table to the right over here. The data describes a function D equals f of p, where D is the daily demand in t-shirts sold and p is the selling price of the t-shirt in dollars. They would like us to estimate and interpret f prime of 30. Okay, so let's start with just the estimation. See if we can come up with an estimation of this number. Okay, so graphically, f prime of 30 represents the slope of a tangent line. Now, we don't have a graph or a formula for this function, so one thing we could do to estimate that slope is to use the central difference approximation that we talked about on the previous page. In other words, we could look at the points on either side of 30, okay, which would be 25 and 35, and just find the slope of the secant line through those 2 points. Okay, use that as our best estimate of the derivative. Okay, so if we did that, here's what it would look like. Okay, f of 35 minus f of 25 over 35 minus 25. And we can look at our table and see that f of 35 is 28 and f of 25 is 50. So we are going to get 28 minus 50 in the top. And down in the bottom, 35 minus 25 is just 10. Okay, so get a number for this, you'll discover you get negative 2.2. Okay, and then the question is, what are the units on that number that we just calculated? That's going to help us with the interpretation part of this, and explaining what this means. Okay, well, graphically, we just calculated a rise over a run, so the unit should be t-shirts per dollar. Output units over input units. Okay, so how could we explain that number that we just calculated? Okay, well, it's kind of measuring the rate of change of the number of t-shirts that people are buying relative to the price of the t-shirt. So telling us that the number of t-shirts that are going to be bought are going down as the price increases. Okay, so here comes a sentence that might tie all of this together. Okay, so means that, at a selling price of $30 for a shirt. Okay, I'm just kind of explaining the significance of the 30 that we were substituting in there. Okay, the t-shirt demand will decrease by about 2.2 shirts for every dollar increase in price. Okay, notice that 2.2 shirts for every dollar, that really describes the units that we came up with above. So you can really use those units to formulate the explanation that you write here. Okay, and I think we finished the problem.